Maybe we get another one of those. Rain, of course, holding the record for the amount of frags without a death on DUST2. So lots of fun little tidbits we'll keep track of as we get into this one. GG.bet do seem to favor Faze Clan, albeit by a narrow margin. And we are ready to get in.
Look at that. Look at that B lean. Very quiet as well. They've been quite loud in the fact that they're not shy about Rain's presence with that P250, even a flash committed to this. So Rain's going to really try and garner some room on this and hopefully a rotation or two. If that doesn't come through, then it may all be for nothing. But Valde's still there. Did he get a glimpse? I don't think so. So Valde stays undiscovered. And they are patient towards that B side. They're giving nothing away with this.
Smoke's been limped out towards CT spawn. It's taking forever to land, but the hit's in over towards B.
Look at that dink, instantly brought down, but Issa and Valde making light work of the two who are trying to posture and light work throughout MBK. Apparently the pistols are looking real comfortable in the hands as niKo left in the 1v5, and you know, sometimes those best made plans don't quite get the attention you wanted.
Can I change my pick?
Yeah.
No.
All right, I'm changing it to 50% faith in OG.
Wow.
Yeah, flip-flop. Yeah, look.
You can't actually flip-flop, but I mean, you can say it out loud. I wanted you to say it out loud.
The thing with the prediction for everybody playing at home, with Faze, I was actually going with my gut and a bit more of my heart as opposed to my head. Now, coming into today, OG, they were more of an established team. Obviously, Faze with the chopping and changing of rosters in recent times, and they impressed us with what they were able to do to Heroic just the other day. But if they're able to replicate that against a team who loves to brawl, and OG are one of those, they do play, I don't want to say a looser style of Counter-Strike, but it's not necessarily super strat heavy.
I think the best words to use when describing a team like that is a less regimented unit.
Yeah, well, I think that OG can fit that bill, especially on their T side with some of the gut calls we get coming out from the likes of Alexi. Now, they've got the number advantage here in round number 2. Flashed forward Issa. I'm actually going to pick on this.
Nice shot.
Oh, yes, he will. Headshot of Rain goes kablamo. And coldzera gets tagged as well, so this is going to be a quick one.
Oh, magnificent for OG. Not letting anything spiral. I mean, some say that the second round for Spy is one of the hardest to win. Doesn't feel that way for OG, certainly not with a double off man to scout, holding that mid doors like a hawk. You can see getting himself the headshot, rather body shot into conversion. And then finishing off with what he started onto Rain. So that was the first round and second round conversion.
Easy stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not a single kill for Faze so far.
Let's see how long that lasts, because I think that OG, with the map pool that we see coming on through, the fact that FaZe had the opportunity to ban first, take away one of the stronger maps of OG, and we still end up on DUST2.
Uh-oh. This could be a triple. Unloading his mag and doesn't quite control it well enough. It puts an MP9 into enemy hands, and that X-ray toggle got me nervous. Thought he hit a flick. But he knows his presence here is warranted. He knows that the cross to Xbox needs to be guarded, and by simply scoping up, he deploys an A to stop the cross. Dan's significant damage onto Rain, and he's actually been finished off by NBK's nade, so that MP9 is going to be playing into the hands of Kjaerbye. And to continuing to fish for information. Every shot he takes, every cross of these doors, he's getting information that his teammates can work with.
Yeah, the info is being just fed through the line. Kjaerbye trying to keep him maybe guessing, but work still being done. The man's doing brilliantly at this. And yeah, softening them up perfectly. MBK looking very sharp.
Stylish.
Today. Yeah.
I think that the key for this team of OG is for MBK to return to form and not be necessarily seen as a supportive element in this team. Because I think that Alexi B, Valde, and MBK all unfortunately fall into the same realms of conversation. Now, Valde at one point in his career was a star player. You could say the same thing for MBK. We have to obviously go back quite a few years. But the point that I'm making is they all tried their hand at in-game leading, and now they're in a team that can occasionally lack firepower. And that's two big opening kills. Very quick. One was through the smoke on the B site, so niKo just held down the trigger and gets a spam kill. And then we saw that AWP frag. As this is a bit of a bonus round here from OG, but it's not working whatsoever. On these bonus rounds, you want to stay at least remotely competitive, and by losing 2 kills within the first 20 seconds, that's not the place they want to be whatsoever. Don't drop the plates, all right?
Hey, look, it wasn't even Alex this time. You'd be nice. You're right. The bonus round still in action.
Good gamble call, though. I like this.
You've got to try something, right? You're not going to win out in a 1v4 site hit coming in, or a 1v5 even at that. So why not try and pick a way to play. Kiebi, though, going to feel this out, it seems.
If you're OG, you're more than happy just to sit and wait. You don't need to go for one of these info plays. So with momenty towards the back of plant and the 2 rifles tucked in towards the side, oh, this molly is going to sting. momenty gets licked up, 1 damage done, so now down to 6 points of health. The Molotov will not spread towards the back of plat, so he can stay alive here. Unfortunately, OG, they've gambled, and they've gambled incorrectly. They went all in on red. Well, turns out it's black, and they're going over towards the A side of things. That's a roulette reference for all of you playing at home. Could be green. You get 0 and 00. Oh, it's meant to be. Okay. 20 seconds.
Hold on. This gets a little bit scary. The flash actually hinders one, but coldzera going to break through towards Valda and Rain with a quick shot.
Team ace.
Yeah, made nice easy. Team ace always feels nice, doesn't it?
Everyone's sharing the load.
Share the load, Frodo. Share the load. I can't, Sam. I can't. That's a Lord of the Rings snippet.
I haven't even watched
I was
so long. Have you watched it recently?
No, not really.
Didn't really like Samwise energy.
I returned to the Return of the King.
Yeah.
Because I was doing my like IMDb top 100 haul, making sure I thoroughly watched all of them. Shawshank was another one that I returned to recently.
Gosh, I haven't seen that in years. I really need to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Go to that. It's really easy. Someone's just made a full IMDb top 100, like the highest rated movies of all time. You can just make sure you've done those. niKo burning a little, and we will get that AWP swapped out. Happy to see niKo rocking the rifle. Rain as well, yet to do too much. He's about to walk into Man2's domain.
I think you mean the big man ting.
That is the big man ting. Look at that. 3 blue lines trained on this location. niKo's better get this flash right. Molly. That's perfect.
Alexia needs to look like they want to get involved in this.
They're isolated. You'll have to flash them in.
Ooh.
And they get the first. This is getting awkward now. He's dropped his smoke to retreat. The sprays do connect. He's down to 33. So this is a fantastic first move, if you will. 50 seconds left. They don't have to do too much other than wait. This boost is actually seeing a lot more action. We saw NaVi playing with it as well. You boost him up on the short box. It does give them that extra angle of surprise when AWPers try and go for a mid-round peak, such as this. But it's unlikely he goes for the full wide swing. He's hoping for the walk up, hoping that he catches that first player looking for the goose angle. It could be Brokey, though. We could get that AWP on AWP action.
30 seconds now.
Yeah, I mean, they have to go for something. So, oh, the timing. Brokey was watching that exact peak, but momenty hasn't connected either. It's just tucked it on the box, and they may not check it. Rain certainly didn't, and they're trying to adjust. Issa finds the head of Kiebi as well. 3 on 3, quickly changed by niKo, but he can't get the bomb down thanks to Valda. Valda, first time I've said his name. Bomb's down all the same. From long, Valda's tip of his head, spotting Brokey on the reposition. He's vulnerable to the jump peak here, and MBK's not going for it. Brokey aware that the ramp push is coming in, and doesn't hit his shot. Cold has, though, so the trade is there. Cold to clutch. Valda to cross.
No kit close to the site.
Yeah, he's got a flash. Chances are he wants to just confirm he's getting pushed, and then he's got his flash for the peak on the plant.
Time's really dwindled here. Valda.
Yeah, he's got no time.
He's in the pocket of coldzera now. He can play this one out. Nicely done by coldzera. Really cool under pressure. So, somewhat you'd expect from a player of his caliber, but again, keeping everything going the right way. I thought that kind of MBK play coming in was going to be the catalyst to that falling apart.
Okay, well, OG's money's not fantastic. They do have that saved rifle, which might bait them into a buy, but Issa did well to get 2 there. The flash was good of momenty. And then Volda slowing things down. But as soon as coldzera gets that kill onto MBK, with Volda not close enough to be able to trade, that one-on-one becomes very winnable. And in the early stages here, will be 2 rounds on the trot for Faze. Once the guns have come on through, will just be this saved M4, no other investment. It's a USPs and a P250 for Issa. So holding on to their pennies will be the OG side. And Rush, well, you know what time it is.
What time's that?
The people have been calling for it. They've been chanting your name.
Oh, yeah. Are you sure that Valde does have an M4 here? It could turn the whole round, you know? These
yeah,
are
but if you give us
ones.
a serious one, if you give us a, like, then maybe you could have your first moment on Reddit.
I'll try and have a go. It does look like Valde's repositioning to this cubby. I like this spot a lot. Could get mollied out. But for now, I think he'll be okay. He's not going to get spotted on that swing at all, so that's pretty nice for him. But if they decide to push through this mid-smoke, it could cause some big troubles. But if they walk up onto A, I think there's literally no way for a retake here. Nice little run boost. Don't know who's on top. Thank you, CSGO. And niKo's up.
So, Rush, just on that, what would you like Valve to be able to do so that it is easier for you to observe when there are stacks in play? Do you have any suggestions?
Yeah, just put the player who's the highest on top of the other players, I would say.
So their number would show.
Exactly, yeah. That would be the most useful, because it's actually... It can be really annoying if it's a boost
Rush,
and
they're
a cut
going into
to
this
it.
mid-crunch.
They've got into this mid-crunch, but it looks like they're all getting swept away. Alexi B with the USP, I think 10 dinks are going to come in here. Not quite, but they are going to go towards the M4. This is the only danger weapon, so Valdi could lock this out. Gets one. It's going to need a lot more than that, though. But they do make Swift something. I don't know, some words.
Do you have any other suggestions for things that would make observers' lives easier, Rush? Maybe we can get on the dog and bone to...
I would say the tools, how they are right now, are very good. Like, observing CS can be a joy for the most part.
joy?
Honestly, it really can be. I would say the boost thing is one of the most annoying things for me.
Okay. Well, we'll talk to the people involved and see what we can get done.
Send some emails.
But right now, OG, going into the next gun round, round number 7, will not have a kit in play.
Ooh, big stack. 4 players, long, goodbye. coldzera's been found instantly. Big trade, though, for niKo, and this is a bloodied battle. Not walking away cleanly from this at all.
Yeah, that HE did about 130 damage, so that's definitely paid for itself. May even convert it to a round win unless they can find NBK on his cursory glances. The smoke confirms that it's likely to mid to B. Oh, and the spray from Alexi B. He's finished off what his nade started. That is brilliant. Great stuff. Bombs loose. Brokey scratching his head. He is going to have to go for the clutch should he desire. Valda's already in T-spawn, though, so he's not even going to get to save this. That's his intention. He's making noise. Valda hears it about now.
Chad, you know what they say? Keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground. He's kept his eyes on none of that. Valda, nicely played.
I can't wait for tomorrow's inspirational quotes.
Oh, I hope we get some good ones.
Yeah. Are you picking them, or are they just like...
I handpicked those for you guys today, and then to see you rip them up, it really broke my little heart.
Chad, you've done that to be, you know, a little flippant, because I've made it abundantly clear I don't enjoy inspirational
So
quotes.
what you're saying is, Lauren, I intentionally ordered gags that I knew would get under your skin.
Yes.
Yes.
You think I would do that?
Yes.
Me of all people?
Yes.
Wow.
Doesn't deny, just wow.
Brokey's got his good shot here, and he has missed it, but elsewhere, they have taken some long control. Alexi B's nade once again delivers and finds its target on Rain. He's dunked down to 41. Poor guy's been operating with less than half 2 rounds in a row after Alexi released his HE. But what does HE stand for? Highly explosive?
And explosive?
And explosive.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's high explosive.
All right, thanks everyone. Jeez. Sure, it felt great to be right. High explosive, as opposed to those low explosive ones. Gotta watch out for them.
I like how Rush said that with a smile on his face.
Yeah, because he's like, I know this. I know this. Actually.
Very quiet stuff here from Faze. They can pounce at any moment here, and Mantu's position is going to make it difficult for him to stop this cross. Flash is not good. One comes through, and Valda, they team up to lock this down.
Yeah. Access point denied. Nice from Mantu. Brokey. Oh. It's unpleasant at all costs. And Alexi B, smokes no problem.
All 5 alive. It shouldn't have been that easy for OG, as they will post their 5th round on the board here. Having an opportunity by not losing any players in that round to start building a little bit of a bank. 5 defuse kits now. All the utility they need, the AUG in play, 1 AK-47, a silenced M4, an M4A4. Look at that, everyone on the CT side has a different rifle. That's Faze. Something that's quite similar for them is the pistols. 4 Glocks, just a deagle for niKo. 7 kills to his name. Otherwise, Brokey just there on 1 kill. I really want to change my prediction.
You can't do that.
Why?
Because that's not part of the rules.
Part of the game, Chad.
You have to predict, and then you can be surprised when it's not your prediction.
Chad, you can spin a lovely narrative in relation to our recent adjusted expectations of Faze, and then, you know, intertwine that with OG's performance.
Yep.
You got it all.
Okay, so what you're saying is we're going to use the way that we overrated Faze to build up OG.
Yeah.
Okay, we can do that.
But what if we weren't overdoing it, Chad? What
think-
if there's more to this?
Well, I'm surprised that we all predicted Faze.
I think, yeah, maybe, I don't know. This round's done.
I don't know if that speaks more to like us being blinded by Yanko and the Faze name, or the fact that they did beat Heroic, like they spanked Heroic. It wasn't even
I think
close.
obviously the Heroic result is, I mean, if you take Heroic at what we're meant to be telling them to be, that is a incredible result. You know,
Indeed.
#1 as it currently stands, if you want to look at it that way. Beautiful work from
Oof.
Mantu. He is looking very smooth with the aim today, maybe feeling nice and warmed up there. But yeah, as I said, if we take accountancy for what we expect of Heroic and then see Faze make adjustments and then work incredibly well, then we have to take that stock forward, otherwise the narratives mean nothing.
Yeah. Well, let's see, because 6-3 is the current scoreline. This is the map choice of Faze. Didn't opt to go for Mirage, where they found success just the other day. And oh, niKo, under the guise of Mantu's peak, lop off his head. And that's the AWPer taken out of the equation very early. A big scalp to find on a map like DUST2. Means that Mantu's presence, if they go for one of these standard executes from Catwalk, will no longer be there. And that's normally the most difficult to get past if you are going for an A set piece. Rain will be chunked on down to 52. So great nade coming in from that cap position.
Oh, and where's my fiddle cube? Thank you.
And we can see it's a 2-2 spread right now. Actually, they've dropped a third man over towards CT spawn, so no focus towards short. They're more than happy to give that up. If Issa can get a multi-kill over towards the long doors here, OG are back on for this round. Otherwise, he goes down. The site should be given up. And it's going to get much more difficult. Mid to B smoke's coming on through. Issa not moving, but it's going to be greeted very soon.
Ground, boy. Okay. Steps. He knows it. And Kirby does
Good
too.
clear.
A very important clear and kill. That's Kier.
This round right here could just be the save from OG. We saw them go for a gamble earlier on, and that's when FaZe went for the mid to B split and took away all their guns. And once again, 3 individuals marooned over towards the B side of things. Utility across long, spam coming through, not a little bit of damage done whatsoever. Bomb will go down, save call is made, but look who is hunting already.
Anybody fancy a tunnels push?
So he will hear the footsteps here. He'll be able to call that he's hearing players over towards the B side of things. And with that in mind, will FaZe go for the hunt? They don't really have enough to warrant it right now. As you can see on the right-hand side of your screen, their bank balance hasn't built up. Now, Brokey's trying to shoot that away because when the bomb goes off, the AWP will get blown over towards the B defenders. Now, it's a little bit hard to shoot it up the stairs, old mate Brokey.
Look, okay, he skipped physics to play CS, okay?
Oh.
Hoping you get a lucky bounce or something there. Now, down towards the mid doors. We're about to see that orb get blown away. None of the OG players are outside the doors to pick it up, and you can see it there just...
Exactly where he wanted it to be.
Yeah, tucked in towards the box of CT spawn. So Mantu will be able to rebuy an AWP. Actually, MBK has opted to drop that over. Now, what that means is in future rounds, Mantu will be able to afford an AWP of his own. So that's very, very selfless stuff from MBK here, making sure the AWP will be able to keep up that primary in future gun rounds if the bank balance gets a little bit tighter than where it is right now. But the 5 AKs are back out on the board. This time we're seeing a 2-3 split from OG. 2 towards long, 3 towards the B side of things, with Alexi B on a secondary AWP. This is very slow stuff from FaZe. This is what we talk about with a default spread, and this right here is the perfect picture of one to tell you right now. So, in a default, you want to have one player listening for information towards long. That'll be coldzera. He's listening for info. 2 players towards the tunnels. 1 goes down towards lower, and lower dark duty will be that of niKo. He now comes into play with the likes of Rain, as they get short control. And this is it, standard stuff. So you go through tunnels, there's no pushes. You get short control, easy as you like. Now towards long, that information that coldzera is hearing, that can be recalled over towards niKo. niKo gets an opportunity now to make the call off of the information they've gotten from the first 50 seconds of play. And from here, they make their mid-round call.
A default into a call.
Simple stuff.
Thank you for the tutorial from Faze Clan, and there's your first blood. And a minute into the piece, and as Kirby forced down to watch as this 4v5 takes place, it will be gathering of resources towards short. I can't help but feel that Mantu has the perfect weapon for the job, but the fact of the matter is that Alexi's there too. 2 AWPs to hold a short push with smokes and flashes. It won't be easy. Retaking might be the better bet, but they are pivoting.
This is going B. I like that. Wow, okay, but they still have to get past Issa, and they do. Okay, game back on. 20-second hit, MBK. They flashed them up. MBK isolates one, that's niKo. Dead isolates a second, that's great work. But time, as much as it was bought, they didn't get there that close. Now, what do they have to play retake with?
You really hope they go for it after all that hard work from MBK. You can't help but feel it would be in vain otherwise. Valda's coming from tons. Alexi and Mantu progressing up. He can clear this. That close corner hold from Cold, vulnerable to an AWP walk-up. Oh, but he's actually gone for the AK, and that's the sound cue coldzera needed. He pushes in. Valda from the tunnels. And that's the fight they need to win. Rain has done it. All of that hard work, it's going to be squandered. OG hoping Mantu could do anything, but it's not to be. And the AWP is picked up as well. Rain securing 5 for FaZe.
Oh, they're back in this phase very, very quickly. And now the money situation, well, it does come into question for OG, but we can see that Valda can drop a gun. Mantu, because of the charitable donation of MBK in previous rounds, will be able to afford an AWP, and the buy should be able to come back on out. So a round that looked like it started okay for OG falls apart very quickly, and that's a 2-on-3 to lose on that B bomb site. Kirby with his hat backwards, looking as hip as you like. And the double AWP setup on the CT side will come on once more. So MBK down to the MP9. We'll be able to use that up close and personal towards the tunnels. Also keep in mind for OG's buy here, no defuse kit in play. So if we get into a post-plant situation, that could become a little bit of a problem. Now it appeared that they were set up for a B execute. They've thought better of this, as now 2 players will tuck on back all the way through T-spawn. The standard default is in play with coldzera listening over towards long. Getting Brokey now, an opportunity for him to AWP back through T-spawn, seeing if anyone is going to cross these mid doors. Now, OG have opted to give up long control.
They're sitting so deep.
Yeah, and this is a little bit of a drama. If a good timed A split comes into play, Mantu and Valda, they are in awkward positions. So Short with that Molotov is showing the intention right now of FaZe. At 58 seconds, they have got cat control. That is known to OG, as MBK wants to push forward for a little bit of information. The chess match of DUST2 begins. You take one part, we take another. And information, well, it's the king of the castle here as they execute towards A is being set on up. But OG have 3 players over towards the B side of things. They will have to cross these mid doors, and it's not going to be easy.
No, I'm looking at the T side as to what they're doing here. They've drawn those CTs out of position, but they've held for a second. They still have utility to put into play. niKo's still got his smoke and plenty of Molotovs. Issa towards middle. This is very interesting. Rain on the other side is going to be proactive in this. Try and show a little bit of leg. He's drawn 3 in. That must be a damn good looking leg. But niKo gets outdone by Valda. And suddenly this A hit's looking a little toothless. As Kirby dies, it's just Brokey left. And yes, the tags were there, but none of the frags to follow. It's cleanly held in the end.
I think there's a sound cue of the upper dark push that came on in from MBK. With the flash was probably enough to force FaZe to think, oh no, they've got the info, they're going to have the stack on us, they're going to be able to drop all the utility. But that wasn't the case. OG were out of position. And if it was just the A execute, FaZe would have walked away with the round. So I'm not going to call it an unforced error, but a mid-round call that's gone awry right there has worked out in the favor of OG, and FaZe will be taking a tactical timeout. Now let's just take a look at the kills, the scores on the doors as it were, as Brokey, one of these massive factors for FaZe in their win over Heroic. Brokey down there, 1 kill, 1 assist, 9 deaths, 27 ADR, and this is normally a bit of an AWPer's paradise, so he needs to get online and get online quick. 3 rounds left within the first half. FaZe will be looking to get at least 6 on the board, I would say, with their map choice of DUST2, the T side as well. OG opting to start on the CT side here. Double AWP setup will be coming out once more, and FaZe, I don't think they'll be able to purchase on through with this one, so highly likely to concede yet another round. Back underway we go. It will just be the pistol upgrades for 3 members. Brokey, Rain, niKo. coldzera will play into a last minute P250 here, and it will just be Kirby on the Glock. Now, there's probably not too much to write home about in round number 13, unless the FaZe Deagles come online. And I remember last season, and when we were doing the RMR event, oh, that many months ago, when we were, when was it? Alex marooned here in Cologne earlier? Was it March? It's like March, April, May. I think we left here in June, something crazy like that.
I forgot that was a part of my life.
Yeah, but there was the coldzera and the niKo Deagle rounds, and they were absolutely mammoth. So if we can get a couple of those out, FaZe could look dangerous in round 13. But otherwise, I think OG should handle this with ease. So Alexi B crosses the doors, AWP in hand, has a chance for a couple of duels here.
Yeah, and with the AWP equipped against Deagles, there really is not too much to go awry. Gathering resources. Will be up short. Union Jack in the server always gets me going. Mantu might want to get out of there. He does re-peek. Brave confirms that they're not going into the psyche. Early bunny hopping and actually does well to draw the shot. That was only the Glock. Now if they find Valder, we're cooking. Not quite. Looks like it's not in the oven just yet. Instead, it's Brokey cooked down to 44 in the Molotov. niKo's found the head of Issa, so yeah, certainly is much more competitive than they anticipated. And the fact that Brokey has an AWP may be a bit of a surprise here. He's even looking towards long. How's MBK supposed to win that duel?
As a flash, I guess that's one way in. He's not looking.
Oh.
Big frag from MBK, and now it gets awkward. niKo's gone too. So they will recover. And a necessary 8th found for OG, but a very viable just Desert Eagle round from Faze. The picture you painted of the heroics, Chad, not quite getting to see that. In fact, I mentioned and went into this with high expectations of Brokey. He's really had a quiet half.
Yeah.
I won't write him out, though. He's one of the players that really cannot get too daunted by pressing of the tab button.
One of the things that's weird about Faze and DUST2, at least in the past, was that Brokey doesn't do AWPing on the CT side. One of the things that we've noted with them in the past is that it is niKo over towards A and coldzera over towards B doing the AWPing. And look, talking to Carrigan recently, one of the things that he mentioned was if you're AWPing, you know, off the bat of a game, you can start to get into a rhythm. So if you're Brokey, you go from being an AWPer to then having to be a rifler all within the sake of one map.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit jarring, but...
Is this pacey?
Looks like they want to go for B intention right now. So they're trying to make their default look like it's a little bit quicker than normal. The Adren smoke out towards the doors, Molotov towards short. But look at the lean from OG. 4 of them here.
Yeah, this is probably an Alexi special where he sits there and says, I've seen this smoke before. It's their B finish, boys. And so niKo trying to sell a fake on short may not get too far. Valda's been given the responsibility of checking for the lurk, so he's going to actively jiggle around and dig into long. They drop an incendiary. Oh, it couldn't have been perfect. There was 4 of them about to go off the flash. Now they have to cancel. That has single-handedly spent $600 and cancelled a full take. Just based on the timing alone. They have 3 leaning B, but I do think niKo is probably starting to suss this one out, communicating that they may have to reshape this one.
God, this utility is just completely
stressing me out.
nullifying it, isn't it?
If you're the T side right now, you just don't know where you want to go. It feels like it's picking your poison. One of them's going to hurt, regardless.
Okay, well, I guess
Meant to be smoke.
drawn him away from middle, but even then. Okay, so yeah, you're right.
Valda.
They're showing mid to B, and then look who's around behind them. They've seen all of this. Yes, Brokey and niKo have got kills, but wait, there's still the bomb goes down. Okay, Valda's kill towards Brokey is massive. 20 seconds down. niKo needs this fight, and he loses it. So now Valda is still a problem. Spots out coldzera, destroys him, and now Valda, the positioning. Oh, he's done it all. Everything required. Saves the day for OG.
15 and 4. Valda, a very quiet multi-kill. Magnificent stuff coming in from the long doors just as the chaos was starting to manifest in mid. Very nice handling. The duel on niKo wins him the round. He had to hit this shot. It's a pixel angle, makes it as difficult for niKo as possible. Cold on half health looking for the info, gets it, and then this lovely combination of wallbang into the spray as Kyobi was forced to relocate. Great round from Valda, and the Danes secured the 9th. Long. Flashed. Not going to be taking any more interest there, but this has brought some aggression to the plate, and Rain just deleted. Hello. Could very well be double digits for OG here. Still want to change your prediction, Chad?
Oh, silence. Fair enough. Maybe he's a believer. Who knows? 9 to 5 though. You're right. This does look like 10's gonna be on that board pretty soon, and a tough T side. Some of those win conditions we look at, and being the likes of Brokey and what he brings to this team is definitely not online right now. But hopefully for him, he warms into this matchup because it'd be a shame to not see him play as well as he can. However, for the OG side, Valda just proved his value and then some. Mantu's been on it. Issa, very valuable kills. MBK, they're all there. Just swift little fly through makes me slightly dizzy. We look towards coldzera, Brokey, and niKo taking long control, and no one's there to meet them, but that cross on short may just be the death of them.
Good idea for OG now of where this one's going to finish. But they will have to rotate these B players over who are a long ways away. Valda on the flank. Could stall this out. Alexi just going to tuck in and hide at Gandalf. Look at the timing on this. Valder's going to be behind them as they're setting up onto the site.
Again, Valder, perfect placement, perfect timing. It's a goddamn perfect way to close that out. Valder just had a brilliant couple of rounds there, but OG overall hold their nerve. 10 rounds in the pocket. Faze with 5. See if that carries on in the second half.
Seeing the stars reminds me of you. You left me with scars, but I know that one day you'll see it through. You give me air to breathe, you give me light to see. When things are out of reach, you bring them back to me. Back to me. You see it through. You see it through. You see it through. You see it through. Talking to myself and I can't focus. Yeah, I'm broken. The door is closing. Wanna be a part of something more than this. I've lost control of it. I've lost control. You give me air to breathe. You give me light to see. When things are out of reach, you bring them back to me. Back to me. You see it through. You see it through. You see it through. You see it through. I've been working part-time jobs. Jesus. Go to hell and back just to feel the fire.
First 15 rounds of our second series done and dusted on DUST2. 10-5, OG do have the double digits under their bag. Under their bag? In their bag. That one makes more sense. Lauren's here, and so Sponge and Machine. Chad, you have been ragging on about changing your prediction, and a 10-5 half going into the T side of OG. Is that backing up your claim?
I tried to do it early as well, so I don't just seem like a weird little turncoat. But this has been a very, very good showing from OG to kick things off here today. We've got a fight down towards long early. Issa, flash to work with, but he will just be taking this heads-up duel, keeping 3 players busy towards long. We can see that. Meanwhile, OG are taking territory over towards mid. They can get out very quick with the mid to be here, but as MBK clears close doors, sees nobody home, might have a good idea that they're playing a 2-3 setup. And now it's over towards A. So Alexi with a smoke and 2 flashes. Where's the smoke for? It's like it be trickling towards CT. Flashes over the top. MBK dropping down, opening up the avenues of attack. Oh,
One, and Kyobi's managed to double up. Needs a third if he can stop that bomb, but no. So perhaps a 2v4 is on the cards. With this on that P250, it's the perfect weapon for this sort of range. He can hold long with that and makes sense to allocate Alexi elsewhere. And now all of that pressure riding on Issa. He's opting for Gandalf. Oh, he's been spotted, but he hits the shot. Needs a brokey frag now, and he's hit it as well. Oh, not far off. 4 kills. They ask for the ace, though. And that will be Faze Clan finding the pistol round right down to the wire. I mean, we've had a couple of those. Faze with their Deagles in the 2v2, just getting timed by NBK's push. So, bit of revenge in that sense.
Issa will be able to buy an AK and head armor here, so it's likely we see OG go for the force buy off the back of this one. But when you see players in these situations and they're hitting shot after shot, it's kind of like it's building. Like each kill even feels like it's becoming easier for them as they build up that spirit bomb. But coldzera will finish him off right there, put the round on the board, and much needed one for Faze. As we get back underway, the buy is out. Actually, very comparable buys on both teams. SMGs for both, rifles for both, scouts for both. Utility is one key that Faze has better right now than OG. Now, Issa, with those 4 kills, has an AK head armor and even utility behind it. And this is very, very potent from OG. If they're able to convert this round here, Faze are basically done and dusted in this map. Kobe cannot get caught here. He's in limbo right now with the FAMAS in hand, and he's actually spotted Alexi down there towards the Xbox. Nade on top of him, but holding on to short control, it's important because you can see where niKo's playing. If they lose short, niKo has to reposition, and actually they're already doing that. Have to take back long control, and meanwhile it's a mid to B.
It's going to come down to coldzera doing a lot of work here. Flashed in, that's really good.
Oh, whiff.
He's got a fair amount of damage and only 1 kill for it, though. Brokey fancies his odds and does a little bit better. But that does mean he relinquishes control by B, depending on those smokes to keep them safe. However, notes that there is a lot more presence as he's backed off.
Yeah, and there's more for Rain as he gets draw blood. 4 on 2 for the Alexi B cross, and he's not even going to be allowed to get across. Faze Clan starting to find some form, making the second round hurt. We told you how difficult it can be. Maybe Issa can do what he avoided in the pistol. Last chance saloon. Bomb to be picked up still. As he scoops that up, he's got a bit of a crossfire to break.
Yeah, this is difficult.
I mean, if Brokey jiggles, that could be his way in. Oh, just as he was starting to round the corner, it's enough info. Brokey pushing in. Locked down.
Yeah, an important round for Faze as well, considering the buy of OG coming through right there. We will see the save now going into round number 18. This is a chance for Faze to stretch their legs. And this one here got me reacting because Valde waiting until the smoke was fading before he crosses, question mark. And this shot here from niKo was the round. You can see the shadow advantage there being taken by Brokey. And on that, he swings on out, makes it more difficult for Issa to track him on down. And the kill will come on through. And will just be the pistol upgrade, flashes for Alexi B, and a team nade coming on. So they just nudged each other, a bit of a friendly bump.
Not too shabby. No complaints, everyone's fine.
Everyone loves a bit of hip and shoulder every now and again. Now, I had Vegemite toast this morning.
Oh, I wouldn't mind.
And it just got me thinking, like, what are the foods that you guys miss from home the most?
I mean, to be fair, cheating a little bit, but Marmite. Really do love a good Marmite toast with the butter like melted into the bread.
Greg's sausage roll.
Greg's. Definitely don't mind a chicken bake. Overrated by the Lauren Pansy Scott camp, but...
No, they're perfectly fine. They're a Greg's item.
They're a Greg item.
You know, very nice. Sunday roasts and good sandwiches. Just can't, I don't know, I can't seem to get it.
Make them like they used to.
No, I know Rush was a big fan of the old Tesco sandwiches, weren't we, Rush?
I love a meal deal. I think the British meal deals are the best thing ever. I can't believe it's not everywhere.
I was a huge advocate for the underrated Boots meal deal.
Oh, yeah,
Boots
I
was
have
out. You can
plenty
get
of them.
Some quality. I'm telling you, I'm talking crinkle cut McCoys.
With like a quinoa
In the meal
salad.
deal. None of that Walker's nonsense. I'm talking McCoy's, thick, ridge cut, salt and vinegar.
Flavors.
£3 for that meal deal, Chad. And a milkshake of your choice. I mean, there was other drinks available, but that was the most expensive one, so
of course you
I always went for that. I was a poor student.
We're learning a lot here, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of names of brands I don't know.
Oh, yes. Sorry, we had our Tim Tams and our Wigwams.
No, but I'm learning. McCoys were better than Walkers.
Yes, bro.
Sensations, high tier.
High tier, very pretentious. The middle-class crisp of the crisp house.
Bring them out for a gathering.
Special occasion. You whip out a
the
Sensations
bowl.
in the bowl. And then
What's
your
that lovely
nan's,
bowl?
you told your nan you wanted fancy crisp. She's brought the bloody weird caramelized onion one.
Oh, no one
Nan.
wanted that.
Come on.
Get it together, Nana.
Regardless, that's the end of our crisp monologue.
You're right. As Alexi B's beginning, I keep almost falling off this chair, his monologue towards middle. Conversations to be had as there's, I'd say, a chance for this, but it really does swing on the likes of coldzera and niKo doing so well from this, and they're playing this quite late on the contact of it. Lovely work, the leg. coldzera finally shows a little of his. And there's a kill. Mantu finally takes him down. Brokey's attention truly drawn as mid was one out. Now Brokey continuing to watch as, well, that bomb dropped. So they have to get that cross going, and Valda's made it, as does Mantu.
Big op to pick up here for Mantu to hold down this site, but, well, Valda dying, that should be it.
Yeah, Rain's having none of that. None of what he's trying to sell. Push in quick as anything. Mantu still trying to fight this out. Yeah. We're back on.
Yeah. 10-9 now. Money situation for OG does warrant a partial investment. Tech-9s, armor. Get yourself in there with an old smoke, maybe a flash, maybe a Molotov if you really wanted to treat yourself there. But this little three-pronged defense over towards the B side of things, able to completely quell any interest from OG, and then Rain just finishing things on off and saving that AWP. So it will be Deagles, no Tech-9s in play, just a P250 for Mantu. Armor for everybody else. Head armor for Issa. Faze have a real opportunity right now to build up a little bit of a bank if they can keep this one clean and tie it up at 10-10. So you can see exactly what I was talking about. niKo doing the primary AWPing duties here as Brokey will just be down towards that rifle on the B side of things, forced up towards short by that Molotov. You have Issa dealing with the upper dark push. Meanwhile, they can go for a set piece onto A here. Even have smokes for a good old mid to B. So you can limp out smoke towards CT spawn, the one on the left side of the double doors. Use that to make your presence a little bit later, but actually the fake towards A comes in, baiting out a little bit of utility right now as they've taken space towards mid doors. Brokey jump spotting towards tunnels and mid. This is on a timer. Mid to B smokes come out. Now we get worried.
This is it. Into the B split. Brokey, coldzera, readying their aim. Distracted and lost. Oh, wow, with just the Deagles. OG turn it around. This is such a chaotic game.
That'd be a save.
Just when you think team has an advantage and a swing in momentum, the pendulum just stops.
Have to save. This is just against pistols, but they don't have an option. They only have flashes to work with. Volda completely cutting off the rotation through spawn. And all it took was 2 Deagle kills on the B bomb site. And that was it. Simple stuff from OG, and it's going to be their first round on the board here on the T half. So not the most usual way of getting your first round on the board, but a big one nonetheless. And the money situation for FaZe, that's why they couldn't go for this. They will have to hold on to their weapons. 1,400 is the loss bonus going forward. Kirby can drop 2 rifles. And that, I think, will have to be the answer right here because Brokey and coldzera combined will not be able to buy a gun of their choice. Or at least not their first choice. So Kirby with 7.7 can drop across 2 of these rifles.
Yeah. Gosh, I do hate the fact that every time you talk about British food, you get the 2 heads going, British food bad. Literally, London has like one of the most like Michelin stars in the world.
Oh no, what I just mean like snack food, things that remind you of home.
You're fine.
You know?
Fine, you're
It's
fine.
not you, it's them.
I like Milo. Don't know if I told you guys
That's the
about Milo.
like chocolate drink, right?
It's
Yeah.
like our Nesquik.
Ah,
We have Nesquik too.
Yeah, you
just prefer.
prefer the other one.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. Into this though, good buy on either side, and I want to see consistency now of OG. They've been able to tip the scales after FaZe almost fully recovered. It looked kind of game back on, but that weird little purchase worked out quite well. And a bit of a switch up towards a substantially heftier A-lane. Rain gonna have to be very cautious with how he approaches this. If he's the gatekeeper towards B, Brokey could be dead if he loses that. For now, they're clear towards short and middle.
Very slow stuff here. Both teams really just opting for these T-sided defaults, and they are more drawn-out rounds because you want to make sure you can get that territory without giving up too much. Neither team willing to fight for it just yet, but as we continue forth, I'd say from rounds 22 onwards, we might get a bit more biffy and brawly. Deep smoke there to take back short control. Good little mid-round maneuver here from FaZe. Very important in this chess match of information. And they've actually forced OG into reconsidering. So 50 seconds left on the clock right now. They wasted utility to get short control. They will have to use some more to take it back. But FaZe have actually over-rotated. They're boosting coldzera up to deal with this mid to B to help out Brokey, who's solo over towards the site. And Rain's actually tucking in here as well. They've made the wrong call. It will be an A play. niKo, you need to get a couple here, my friend.
God, the flashes are so suppressing now. As they close in on the site, he's only got one opportunity, but he makes it count. coldzera trying to support him, trying to flash out for niKo's peek, and he does peek up on it as well. Good frag, another flash, another frag. 4 on 3. FaZe have kept them at bay, but now Is has filled the feed. Valda's desperately waiting with the shadow advantage and gets it.
Gosh, with only 7 seconds left, they did get that bomb plant. Kiebi towards long, Rain pushing right back up. They are none the wiser, and I don't know how much information they have on Rain. Oh, here we go. And the plant, if they know where Valda is, which I feel as though they should do, this should be a full sit, this should be a full defuse, and they can't make it there. Valda goes down. Kiebi saves the day there at the end, but my, they really lost track of those CTs.
Yeah, that's a big round for FaZe to pull off. It looks shaky there. They over-rotated. They were in the wrong place at the wrong time. OG were getting that site control, and Valda even won his duel onto Brokey. But unfortunately, there was no one else for him to find. Rain just gets around the corner, and as soon as he gets that kill, that's all she wrote, because Valda would be opting to get away with a jump kill, but Kyobi had that one covered off, and we can see the fans in the fan cams at home, IEM.gg/fancam. You do need Discord for that one. You can do it on your phone.
Find us there sometimes.
Do it on your laptop. Nah.
Batman.
No.
Now, timeout will be called from OG. You can see here the scores. Valda with 21 kills and 113 points of ATR. Everyone else in the realms of the double digits. 14 for Issa and MBK. 13 apiece for Alexi and Mantu. Brokey's still relatively quiet down the bottom of the barrel for FaZe now with 7. If he comes online, things might start heating up, but the guns will come out once more. Mantu on the AWP. 4 AK-47s to work with that. Kyobi with his patented AUG at this point on that CT side. So let's keep our eyes on him. And niKo back out with the big green. This is a faster approach. They want short control quicker, but look at this biff. We've got to fight.
It's the fast first. God, I thought that was going to be a Rain double, but niKo was right there alongside for the ride, and already OG having to overcome a deficit. And that deficit, it's got awfully small over the course of this second half. It's a 10-5 half, need I remind you. And so far, we've only seen OG post the 1. FaZe Clan CT lockout strong. In terms of turrets, in terms of M4 turrets, I mean, which pick your poison. You want to run into Rain, you want to run into coldzera, Kyobi with his newfound AUG love. Maybe that was the secret, Chad. That's all that's been holding him back.
New love?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The AUG.
Yeah. Oh, no, I just, yeah.
You think new love would make him play better?
Yeah, maybe.
Absolutely not. Girlfriends destroy video gamers.
Yeah, it tends to be a correlation right there.
But it's less that, and obviously not pointing fingers there. That's actually just because, as Shox has always and as so astutely pointed out, it's not about your age, it is about your passion. If your passions and interests change, so does your skill. Now, Brokey jumping for info and confirms 2 heads. He is going to pop a flash for a peek. Cold readies himself as well. That's the bomb there. And he actually may have spotted it on the mini-map. The Molotov is gone a little deep. Brokey trying to play around it. He's forced into the fight. And now, trigger discipline, but Valda spots him. Manta was on the procedural clear, and OG have made this round what was previously an advantage into quite the opposite, walking into B and now forcing the others to practically save.
FaZe have been running that same CT setup forever. Like, I remember highlighting at the start of the year, it's like Brokey goes here and coldzera goes here. Well, they changed. Brokey was playing Cold's position and Cold was playing Brokey's, but regardless, it's the same spot. So if I know the tendencies, I'll tell you the teams definitely do. And being able to check that card position was the key to that round victory. So 12 on the board for OG now, and that's an important one. Take a look at the money situation for FaZe. Now, I'm no mathematician, so I'm going to say that their money is in a little bit of trouble. Bomb will go off. Round will be on the board for OG. And his range double. Remember, this is how this round started. You know, it doesn't even feel like the same round. But Issa with that mid to B kill and then just dealing with the 2 players on the B site very, very easily. You can see question marks for FaZe Clan. Do they want to take a timeout to talk through their options here? Because niKo can drop across an M4. You could see Rain purchase on in here as well.
But that would be a
Dropping
dropped
Deagles.
rifle for coldzera's armor, or he's going Deagle.
Yeah, they've dropped Deagles instead. So they're hoping that the 2 saved rifles of niKo and Kirby can get enough done that these Deagles could either pick up an AK in transition, or they can be quite potent, find some kills of their own. They have prioritized smoke grenades here. Now keep in mind, one of those will be thrown to cover off for the mid to B, so that FaZe can cross as many players over towards the B side of things as they'd like without Mantu's prying, peeping Tom eyes, seeing down through those mid doors. And then the other smokes could be used towards long doors, short, upper B tunnels, just to make sure that OG can't get away with any rushes or early shenanigans. So 8 seconds left in freeze time. Let's see how this one goes for FaZe, because they lose this one here. Broky's invested a lot of money. Could be trouble for Faze Clan on their map choice. Remember, we moved to overpass map number 2, OG's pick, and it could be a 2-0 from the Gs.
Could be. Kirby trying to tell us the tale otherwise. Good damage on MBK, but he can't convert that.
Yeah, I regularly see the smoke deployed by Kirby there as a bailout smoke, and I've yet to integrate it into my own game, but it's one that I'm starting to consider. Many of those car players obviously mollied out, so by deploying that smoke, it does give you more. You don't have to force into the fight at their cue and beck and whim. 4 of them moving through spawn undetected, so coldzera might want to consider him pushing in for info. Then, of course, with these steps he can hear from being close to the tunnel, he'll be able to drop his smoke as the first port of call. Using that opportunity to then tuck into that side, or the alternative side, that doesn't require such a risk. Broky jump peeking. If they'd go for a full execute contact, I wonder how well equipped these Deagles. No, they're just going for it. Cold's not got time. He's just gonna have to use his bullets. He does take the head off of MBK. It's a magnificent start.
Oh, he needs Broky to help him out, though. Yeah. And now he's probably overwhelmed. Maybe not. That's a rifle and dipped in the smoke.
Gets no-scoped in the smoke. That's a nice find from Mantu, and with the damage inflicted, it seems insufficient. niKo knows where all 3 are. Or you can make a safe assumption as to it.
Need I remind you how the first round of this T-half was put on the board from that of OG? It was a B split into coldzera and Broky with just Deagles. And from there, OG have started to really get this half going. So this is going to be 13 on the board right now. They came into this with a 10-5 lead at halftime. We had the music playing, you know, we had the cheerleaders out there. Everyone went to go get their drinks and snacks in that little break. And then we get back underway. FaZe started to look threatening within the early stages. Things were looking good. Things were looking great, actually. And now, lost to the pistols has really opened the floodgates here as 3 on the board in the second half for OG. Now just 3 more required. Just coldzera's shot right there into MBK, and that's the second onto Alexi. Hiding in the smoke. It's a difficult task when you have 3 members around you spamming, doing their best to find you. And here we can see some more people at home on those fan cams.
Oh, it's growing.
Yeah.
That's a cat jam.
That's a cat jam, and I don't know what the
It was a
somebody pet the
Among
Beepo,
Us.
but
Yeah, he was petting an Among Us.
yeah.
Thing. You're gonna never mind. Nice, Alex. I'm catching myself now. Not such a nasty boy. I just saw an Among Us tattoo recently, so I was gonna start saying like, guys, stop. Remember Fall Guys? Remember when that was a thing? Either way, they're into the site, and it does seem like already OG are on for a fight. This has found one. There's another on the doors. They can't cross. The swap of the doors just means the fights happen faster. That AWP is such a prized possession. Broky recovers it, but the smoke is deployed, and this is just a swallow of the bitter pill. FaZe are going to have to concede 14 here, Chad. Is it curtains?
Yeah, it's not feeling great for them. The loss bonus will build up to a point where they can get a gun round on the board, but that's 2 partials in a row that they've played with. I'm just looking back at that round right there because the smoke towards the doors did miss, and that's not ideal by any means. So I want to see if that was blocked or if that was just a miss throw coming through from the side of OG. Little detail, didn't cost them the round whatsoever, or will be held on to. I'm curious to see if the double AWP setup comes out now from FaZe to deal with some of these plays. But it's been a very direct approach from OG. Flashing, chasing, hunting, seeing what they can take away. OG now will be up to that 14th round. And
I do feel for OG fans, though. I mean, how many times have we been telling them the story of Close But No Cigar? So I just want to start putting that into motion now. That this has been a relentless tale of what was previously other teams. OG have taken the mantle of close but no cigar. I'm talking 16-14s. I'm talking last second diffuses. I'm talking playoffs, semi-finals of Cologne on the cards if it wasn't for Amanek having half a second extra on that diffuse. And all of that wrapped up into a parcel is definitely going to have given them some scars. I think that, you know, scars make the skin stronger. Let's see how far they can go here. 14-10, they do just need 2 more rounds, but previously, it has been these kind of rounds where taking firm grasp of the game, should you find it, where OGs tend to overthink things, tend to fall foul to themselves.
All those B hits working so well, and now they look towards A. niKo is here, and obviously this is the buy they've come out with. coldzera going to pop himself up on towards the AWP as well, so he's got something a little bit heavier to fight with. As niKo gets curious, probably not used to having actual attention on this side of the map. And he gets a lineup on 1. Don't think he can back out of that, though. Kjaerbye's locked down long in the meantime. MAN2 looks to change matters. He does. Great work, but Rain now has to be forced to fight. He knows there's a time limit on how long he could sit there. And he adjusts perfectly well. So now you've got MAN2 in a 1v3. Position was noted, and he does have the bomb. Looks for Rain. Being presented with nothing.
Yeah, I mean, Rain knows if he takes his hand off the keyboard, he probably wins. But there's always that little part of you. Well, maybe I just want to have a little look. Just one little look. Just to confirm it. These guys are having a conversation. But look at his restraint. I don't have it. I need to jiggle. I need to have a look. Yeah, oh. You get to flash because he's a professional gamer. It wasn't a good flash, but
No.
Flash nonetheless.
he peaked with it.
Yeah, there was the intention was teamwork. Now if he died and the guy was on the other side and not blind, thanks for the flash, bro. But the round will be on the board. Faze get up to 11 now. MAN2 needing to save onto this AWP. You're going to see the loss bonus coming through any second now. And MBK, well, with 3,300, he's going to need to get a drop from Volder. And Volder will be able to oblige. It is important for MAN2 to hold on to that big green so the cash wasn't spread too far. Now, it's good that Alex was building the close but no cigar storyline for OG, because if they had a fumble from this point when it was looking so good and their approach stalls on out, well, those mental dramas that they continue to be met with, that storyline, that list, well, it grows even more. And it's going to be a 4-man A-lane coming on in from that of OG. Faze, sorry. Great pick from niKo to kick things off.
So good at this game, isn't he?
They had this happen before, though. They had 2 openings, one from niKo and one from Rain in the same position, and still lost the round. So maybe the number advantage not in their favor.
I mean, it's been the B hits that have been working constantly for OG. These A hits have not been the same, but this looks like it's got a bit more commitment from the CTs on the peak. Now, Rain's in trouble. He's going to have players swarming. How has he been allowed to live? niKo bailing him out, and
Issa had 30 HP for that entire 30 bullet spray. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but regardless, you can see 30 HP, that was legit. The amount of bullets he put in, not so much, but 3-3 at this point.
Well, they're into the mid-round, and coldzera is stuck between a rock and a hard place here. If he swings to fight short, he might go down here. Look who's coming. MAN2 might get set up on this goose position. He had no idea that short was possible. What's going on there?
Yeah, that's a huge gap. Not forgetting, Faze found the opening kills. Now niKo about to put his fist through his desk if he gets caught here. Oh, that's a real salty one. Brokey, though, find Issa on a 1v3 on the agenda, picking up an AK indicative that he's going for it. 2 flashes and 13 bullets. Might want to consider a reload. Oh, poop. Screwed the first flash. Everything's fine, though. Does reveal where he's coming from, and he's just going to walk through this, hoping that's enough of a window to hit the first, and it is. Valda's hiding on the site. Timing's everything. He takes the fight and gets it. OG secure 15. No close but cigar here. We're at least locked into the overtime. And of course, 5 rounds, or rather 4 in a row from Faze Clan would take us there. But margin for error completely removed from Faze Clan here. And these were the opening kills, especially considering how this worked out for Rain. Tapping away at Issa. And that was the end of Kjaerbye.
I'm just baffled that coldzera, either the pool or the information wasn't relayed that short was open again. He seemed completely unaware that that's a possibility.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what went on there, but Faze Clan up against it now. M4 for Brokey, M4 for Cold, Famos for Kjaerbye, Deagle for Rain, and a scout for niKo. This does not look like a very viable buy whatsoever. OG now can just sit back and wait for any aggression, dumping out nades to make sure they don't go down to any more of those short pushes. Now they jump up Xbox. This fight's going to be everything for FaZe. If they cannot win here, the map will fall in favor of OG.
All lined up. niKo with one. Close quarter scout work. Backs away. coldzera caught in transition. niKo's delivered again, though. Dares to peek back in.
The extra acceleration of the scout making him a bit more of a slippery target. Oh, that's a perfect flash just to keep Kirby on his toes on long. In fact, it's even falling Rain. Oh, a second flash. I'd be buying that. I don't know about you. Yeah, Rain is starting to rotate. He's considering short as well. That's his responsibility. But regardless, he's focused on A, is the point I'm trying to communicate. And they are gathering towards the other side of the map.
niKo's clearing mid now. If he can get over towards B doors, he will be able to help out here. Issa has a smoke. If he's lining that one up, that's the way in.
Oh, drive-by. Valda says bye-bye. Mantu tagged. Issa looking for something. My God, niKo, imagine. And Rain does do something ridiculous. And maybe again. Oh, Mantu gets tagged once. And he's down to 11 straight through the door and through the box. Are they what can you do with this now? You got a smoke on the CT side. Could put it down tons. It's not a threat. Issa's got to come up clutch here. Mantu's nothing but a one and done here. One. Not done. Finished off, and now Issa's controlling the wildest of sprays. Bit of a shot in the dark there, hoping RNG was on his side.
Rain got revenge from the previous round where he couldn't finish him off from that short position towards lower tunnels. So the defuse will come on through. 12 on the board now for FaZe. 3 more needed to take us to overtime. But overtime has been a bit of a theme here, as the last bullet will take down the head of Valda, and that's the damage through the doors. You can see with the X-ray there, just Mantu getting tagged on through. And
One pretty remote side.
both of them flubbing the spray right there, but eventually the conversion comes on through. Now, can FaZe muster the required rounds to take us to OT, or will they be losing out here? 3 more required. OG just needing the 1. They've gone for a partial investment. Lining up an Xbox smoke here, I think, for Valda. Might even be a CT spawn smoke, actually, from this range. Run, throw, jump, and away she goes. It will be off towards CT spawn. That's going to help Alexi B get out towards mid to B.
Is it, though? Rain's got a gap. Gets the frag. That's a nasty punish. Alexi's going to be a bit remiss that hasn't gone better. Don't forget that MBK investing into this one with that scout. He's going to be the last one posted up with that bomb, and Colt's having no issues. Valda, though, if he hits this shot, we're on a 2-on-2. And this is the B site we're talking about. How often does that weapon advantage just get squandered? Drops the smoke. The nade could find the low HP NBK. Oh, not quite after the underhand. But it has forced them off the plant, and now Kirby's flanks come in. Valda to clutch.
Oh, the timing.
Oh, imagine if he just goes A.
Kirby's ready.
He's got the frag. Knows there's another in the side. Valda, can you clutch with 5 bullets in the mag? He can! He absolutely